Good afternoon po, colleagues. So, my discussion is all about equity portfolio management strategies. So, in equity portfolio management, we will discuss the introduction, importance, how it works, and the different strategies. So, what is equity portfolio management? So, it is the planning and implementation of diverse ideas, process, and tactics for defeating the equity market. It involves the monitoring, adjustment of a collection of stocks or equity securities to achieve a specific investment goals. So it refers to a practice of strategically selecting, managing a portfolio of equity investment to achieve a specific financial objectives. So it represents ownership stakes in publicly traded companies, and equity portfolio managers are responsible for the making of investment decisions that will generate returns for their clients and shareholders. So there are different key components when we were discussing this equity portfolio management. First is the investment objectives. So equity portfolio managers typically establish a clear investment objectives based on the goals and risk tolerance of their clients and shareholders. Objectives may include capital appreciation, income generation, risk mitigation, or a combination of these factors. Next is the portfolio construction. It involves selecting a diversified mix of equity investment that align with the investment objectives and risk profile of the portfolio. Equity portfolio managers may use various analytical techniques such as fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and quantitative analysis to identify the undervalued or the high potential stocks. Risk management is a critical aspect of equity portfolio management as equity investments are subject to market volatility and other risks. Portfolio managers employ various risk management strategies such as diversification, hedging, and position sizing to mitigate the risk and protect the portfolio against adverse market movements. So, next is the active management that may adopt an active management approach, actively monitoring market trends, economic indicators, and company performance to identify the opportunities and adjust the portfolio accordingly. The active management strategies may involve buying and selling securities based on the short-term market fluctuation or long-term investment themes. Next is performance monitoring and reporting. So it regularly monitors performance of the portfolio against established benchmark and investment objectives. They provide regular performance to reports to the clients and shareholders, highlighting portfolio performance and attribution analysis and any changes made to the portfolio. And last is the client communication. So effective communication with clients and shareholders is essential for the equity portfolio managers. They provide regular updates on portfolio performance, market developments, and investment strategies, addressing any questions concerning that may arise. So what is an equity portfolio manager? It is a financial professional responsible for overseeing and managing a portfolio of equity investment on behalf of the clients, investors, and institutions. The primary role is to make investment decisions to maximize return while managing risk within the portfolio. So, first responsibility of the equity portfolio manager is the investment analysis. It conducts an in-depth research analysis in individual stocks, sections, market trends to identify investment opportunities and risk. Portfolio construction, selecting and combining diversified mix of equity investment to build a portfolio that meets the desired risk return profile investment and investment objectives. Risk management, which the management risk strategies to mitigate portfolio risks such as diversification, hedging, and position sizing. Performance monitoring, it monitors the performance of the portfolio against benchmark and investment objectives. Client communication, providing a regular updates and report to the client and shareholders. And market forecasting, which is It forecasting the market trends, economic indicators, and company performance to anticipate opportunities and risks and adjust portfolio allocation accordingly. So there are what is equity portfolio management techniques? Equity portfolio management techniques encompass a variety of strategies and approaches used by portfolio managers to analyze, construct, and manage portfolio of equity investment. So there are some common techniques that equity portfolio management provide. First is the fundamental analysis, technical analysis, quantitative analysis, risk management techniques, portfolio optimization, behavioral finance, asset allocation, value versus growth investing, and the active and passive management. So when we say fundamental analysis, search for stock trading at price higher or lower than the real value. It involves evaluating intrinsic value of individual stocks by analyzing factors such as company financial, earning growth, revenue trends, industry dynamics, and competitive positioning. Management quality and economic conditions. Portfolio managers use fundamental analysis to identify undervalued or overvalued stocks and make informed investment decisions. It's a method also determining the stock if it's real or fair market value. Next is technical analysis. So, a means of examining and predicting price movement in the financial market by using historical price charts and market statistics. It is based on the idea that if a trader can identify the previous market patterns, they can form a fairly accurate prediction for future price trajectories. So it involves analyzing past market data such as price and volume trends to forecast future price movement of the stocks. The portfolio managers use technical indicators and chart patterns to identify the trends, momentum, support and resistance level, and potential entry and exit point for the traders. Technical analysis is primarily used for the short-term trading and timing decision. Quantitative analysis is an area of investment that employs mathematical methods, probability, statistical analysis, and data analytics, including techniques from the machine learning, develops trading strategies, construct portfolios, and manage risk. It in, like what I said, it involves mathematical and statistical models to analyze financial data and identify investment opportunities. The portfolio managers use quantitative techniques to screen stock, develop trading strategies, optimize portfolio allocation, and manage risk. Quantitative analysis may include factors such as valuation, metrics, earning estimates, price momentum, volatility, and correlation. Risk management techniques naman, it's analyze the investment return relative to its risk level. With higher risk typically expected the yield of higher return. So, this technique are employed to identify, assess, mitigate risks associated with equity investment. The portfolio managers use various risk management tools such as diversification, asset allocation, stop loss order, option strategies, and hedging strategies. This to protect the portfolio against the adverse market movement and minimize potential losses. So, portfolio optimization is a process of selecting and combining different assets with the aim to achieve the best possible outcome in terms of risk and return. It involves using quantitative techniques and analyze metrics correlated to the portfolio expected returns, correlation, and volatility. So it techniques involved in constructing portfolios with maximized returns while minimizing the risk. So the portfolio manager use optimization models and algorithms to allocate assets across different stocks or sectors in a way that achieves the desired risk return profile. Portfolio optimization considers factors such as expected returns, volatility, correlation among assets, and constraints such as risk tolerance and investment objectives. Next is the behavioral finance, which is an economic theory that ascribes the irrational behavior of individuals making financial choices to psychological factors or biases. So it incorporates insight from psychological and behavioral economics to understand and account for investors' behavior and market efficiency. though the performance managers are use behavioral finance principle to avoid common cognitive biases, exploit market anomalies, and capitalize the investors' sentiment and market trends. Portfolio optimization, okay. So asset allocation, dividing your investment among different assets such as stocks, bonds, and cash. An investment strategy to instead balance the risk and reward by portioning a portfolio asset according to investor goal. It determines the proportion of the portfolio to allocate the equities versus the other asset classes like bond or cash based on the risk tolerance and investment objectives. Number eight is the value and growth investing. So, where growth investing seek out companies that are growing their revenue, profits, or cash flow at the faster than average pace, value investing targets older companies priced below their intrinsic value. So, when we say value investing, it seeks the undervalued stock with the strong fundamentals, while growth investing naman, it's targeting the companies expected to grow and at an above average rate, even if their valuation appears high. So last, it is the passive portfolio management and the active portfolio management. So when we say passive equity portfolio management, it is a strategy used by index fund. In these types of fund, the mutual funds company buys and sells stock to match or approximate a market index benchmark. So it also called as an index fund management. So as a strategy used by index fund, in this type of funds, the mutual fund company buys and sells stock to match or approximate a market index or benchmark. It is also called an index fund management. In an investment strategy that aims to replicate the performance of a specific market index or benchmark rather than attempting to outperform it through active trading. This is because passive portfolio is typically designed to parallel the returns of a particular market index or benchmark as closely as possible. For example, each stock listed to an index is weighted, that is, it's represented as a percentage of an index that is commensurate with its size and influence in the real world. The creator of an index portfolio will use it the same way. So that is a passive equity portfolio management. So the key features, it also long-term buy and hold strategy replicates the performance of a specific benchmark to match the market performance. So in this passive management, it attempts to replicate the performance of an index, advocate the random walk theory, cost often cheaper, having a strong rationale. So the key features is first is index tracking, which primary objective is to mirror the returns of a particular index. This involves investing in the same securities as those in the index, typically in the same proportion. Low cost is a passive management generally has a lower fees compared to the active management because it requires less frequent trading and less research. This can lead to higher net returns for investors over the time. Minimal trading, a passive strategy, is typically involved in a buy and hold approach, resulting in a lower portfolio turnover and reduced transaction costs. Diversification by means of investing in a broad market index, passive portfolios benefit from the inherent diversification, which help reduce the risk. Market efficiency assumption. The passive management is based on the belief that the market are efficient and that it's difficult for investors to consistently outperform the market. Simplicity. Its strategy is straightforward, make it easier for investors to understand and implement. It requires less active decision making compared to the active management and the long-term focus, which the passive investor usually aim for a steady growth over a long period or long term rather than chasing a short-term market fluctuation. So first is the full replication. So all securities in the index are purchased in proportion to weight in index. So first is the advantage or the advantage of the full replication is complete data redundancy. So full replication ensure all the system have identical data, which is critically for backup and recovery. High availability, replication reduce downtime by delivering multiple data resources, which can be accessed if one system fails. The drawback that there is the data is inconsistencies because it could arise if the synchronization process aren't well managed, potential leading to the data integrity issues and inaccuracy when making critical business decision. Next is the sampling. Sampling is buying a representative of stock in a benchmark index according to the weight in the index. The advantage of that is it has a fewer stock, means it has a lower cost, and the investment of dividend is less difficult. The drawback there is will be some tracking errors. Okay. Quadratic optimization programming, historical data on a price changes, and correlation between securities are input in the computer program that determines the composition of the portfolio. So the advantage of that is it minimizing the tracking error with the benchmark, while the drawback there in the quadratic optimization programming is it relying the historical correlation leading to failure to track the index. So methods of index portfolio investing is the index fund. So the fund manager will typically attempt to replicate the composition of a particular index exactly by the exact securities comprising the index in their exact way. So here in the Philippines, we have the Philippine Stock Index Fund or the PSIF. So Philippine Stock Index Fund is a mutual fund incorporated in the Philippines that main objective is to provide the investment return that closely corresponds to the performance of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So the Philippine Stock Index Fund was incorporated on December 11, 2002 and as an open-end investment company. So exchange-traded funds is a depository receipt that gives the investor a pro rata claim on the capital gains and cash flow of the securities that are held in the deposit by a financial institution that is used the certificates. So, uh, it, an open-end investment. So, in the Philippines, we have the first Petro Philippine Equity Exchange Traded Fund. So, it is a domestic corporation engaged primarily in the business of investing, reinvesting, and trading in, and issuing the redeeming of its share stock and creation units in exchange for a basket of securities representing an index was incorporated on January 15, 2013 and as an open-ended investing company also. So active equity portfolio management, it involves active selecting and managing portfolio of stock with the aim of outperforming benchmark index. It can be defined as a hands-on investment approach where investor or mutual managers actively make an investment depending on the prevailing market condition to ensure that the returns from the investment portfolio outperform a market index. So, the key features in having an active equity portfolio management strategies are stock selection, market timing, higher turnover, cost structure, customization, risk management, performance benchmark, and investment horizon. The sample is values investing, growth investing, sector rotation, market timing, and bottom-up picking. So when we say value investing, using fundamental research, a long-term growth possibilities, this technique actively chooses cheap stock. It is a strategy where investors actively look and at stock they believe have been undervalued by the market and or trade for a less than and their intrinsic value. Like any type of investing, value investing varies in execution with each person. Next is the growth investing. So when we say growth investing, it is a stock buying strategy that aims to profit from firms that grow at above average rate compared to their industry or the market. Active managers target industries like technologies or healthcare in their search for fast-growing companies with the potential for a big financial gain. Next is the sector rotation. Sector rotation is the movement of the money in the stock market from the industry to another as investors anticipate the next stage of the economic cycle. So, based on their prediction for particular market or industry, portfolio manager actively shift investment among various sectors. Market timing is the practice of anticipating market lows and market highs to buy and sell or sell stocks, exchange traded fund, ETF, or other asset at the most valuable prices. Simply put, it about trying to pinpoint price top and bottoms to optimize your market entries and exit. So, managers shift exposure to stock, bonds, or other asset classes according to their judgment of the market environment and economic data. And bottom up stock by picking. So commences by examining individual companies and progress upward. This strategy concentrate on a detailed analysis individual companies, scrutinizing the financial statement, management teams, competitive environment, and distinctive values proposition. So the active managers examine specific business to find standout performers, ignoring broad market patterns or industry benchmark. So let us discuss the difference between passive portfolio management and the active portfolio management, their comparison. By meaning, passive portfolio management is formed by matching the market portfolio, while in active portfolio management, it invests based on the independent analysis of the value of each investment. By objectives, the passive portfolio management is matched the track index performance focused on the relative returns, while the objectives of active portfolio management is to beat the market performance focused on the absolute return. Long term versus the short term ignores ignores short term fluctuations as it has a long term investment focus, while take advantage of short term price fluctuation to beat the broader index. Portfolio composition or securities of market index held to match the market performance, while in active portfolio management, more concentrated portfolios with fewer securities than the broad market index. And flexibility. Low flexibility buying and selling based on the change in the index composition, while in active portfolio management, highly flexible involves strategies like shorting, use derivatives, hedging leverage, arbitrage, and others. So that's the end of my report. Thank you po.